And now for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, PHS. All National Honor Society applications are due on Google Classroom this Friday, November 6th. If you have any questions, please contact Mr. Bernard.
All COVID-19 guidelines will be strictly enforced.
The junior class is looking for junior or senior volunteers to serve on the prom committee. If interested, please contact Mrs. Larson. The next meeting is on November 10th.
Attention seniors, keep an eye on your email for superlative voting that will be taking place after school today or tomorrow. The Google form is due Friday by the end of the school day. Each senior can win a maximum of one superlative.
Ads and grid payments are due today for the yearbook. Please see Mr. Bernard if you have any questions or concerns.
The following colleges will be visiting PHS virtually. Today, Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences will host a meet at 10 a.m. and the University of St. Joseph at noon. Tomorrow, Landmark College will be at 10 a.m. and Franklin Pierce University will be at 1:30 p.m. Students can sign up through their Naviance accounts. If you have any questions, please reach out to Mrs. Henry in the guidance office.
Middlesex Community College is holding a virtual open house today at 4 p.m. The open house will discuss student services, including student activities, academic success center, library services, disability services, financial aid, advising, and career services. Students will have the opportunity to ask questions and learn more about the application and enrollment process. After discussing student services, students will have the ability to attend breakout sessions put on by facility members in various programs. Please see Mrs. Henry in the Counseling Center to register for this event.
Fun fact, flamingos are actually naturally white in color but turn pink because of the brine shrimp they eat. And the more shrimp in their diet, the pinker they become.
And now over to sports.
Yeah, leave this on. Sports. The boys won 4-0 against Coggins with goals by Cody Daggett, Jack Turturro, Luke Francesco, and Brady Tallarico. The girls won 3-0 over Cromwell, goals from Cam DeMoro, Kendall Prince twice. And the boys play today under the lights versus Cromwell. And now a special message from our superintendent, Dr. Britton.
Hey, good morning, Portland High School. Thank you for letting me spend a few minutes with you this morning. So I'm Dr. Britton. I'm your superintendent. And I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you today, sharing some thoughts and some reflections with you and leveling with you. I need to give it to you completely honest and completely straight so you know where we stand. You know what's happening now, and you have a sense of how I'm thinking about how the year is going and where we may be headed over the coming weeks. So I also want to start with a message of gratitude. I think you've all been doing a wonderful job. I know that this is hard. I know that this is a very surreal and bizarre school year, and that you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. Thank you for that on behalf of my family, who you're helping keep safe, on behalf of your families, who you're helping keep safe, and everybody. You're doing the right thing. So I want to start there with a message of commendation and appreciation for everything that you've been doing. So I have some good news and I have some bad news. I always start with the bad news. I think that's where I want to begin our discussion. The bad news is, of course, that this pandemic that we're living through isn't over. The numbers are going in the wrong direction. Right? There are increasing infections in Portland, in the Chatham Health District, our region, in Middlesex County, across the state of Connecticut, and across our nation. We're still very much in the thick of this. The increase that we're seeing now is not unexpected. The health experts, the doctors, the scientists have been telling us that we could expect this, and it's now happening. That's something we have to be aware of. That's something that is very much at the forefront of my mind as I consider what we need to do as a school district to keep everybody as safe as possible. That's the bad news. The good news, the very good news, is that as of today, we have had zero, let me say that again, zero positive cases of COVID in any of our schools, Valley View, Gildersleeve, Brownstone Middle School, High School, 0 cases. That is the good news. That is a tribute to the work that you've been doing, the work our faculty and staff has been doing, the work that our town has been doing to try to fight this virus. So the good news is 0 infections. The bad news is that the numbers are going up. Because the numbers are going up, it's time for us to stop and ask 3 important questions and be reflective about how well things are going and be aware of where we're headed now. What are those 3 questions? The first question we have to ask ourselves is, has COVID-19 spread in any of our classrooms? Have we seen transmission from student to student, teacher to student, student to teacher, amongst any of our bus drivers, nurses, administrators, faculty, staff, students? The answer to that is, as of now, no. Clearly, that's what we need to keep on that track, keep on that path, that we don't have spread of COVID in our schools. If I see that there is a spread of COVID in our schools, I'm going to be in a very difficult position of having to make a decision about whether we stay fully open, move to hybrid, or move to remote. But as of now, COVID is not being spread in any of our schools. Schools are proving to be safe places so long as we do the right things. The second question we have to ask ourselves and be reflective on: what has the impact of COVID been in terms of having to quarantine faculty, staff, bus drivers, nurses, administrators? If we ever got to a point where large numbers of our teachers, our faculty, our bus drivers, our nurses, our custodians were having to quarantine because they were exposed to COVID, again, that might be a time when I would potentially have to close schools. Clearly, we can't run our schools without the adults and the people here to make these things happen. As of today, again, we haven't seen large numbers of quarantines amongst students, amongst faculty, amongst staff. That's a very good sign. The third question we have to ask ourselves is, how effective have our mitigation strategies been? How effective has the mask wearing been? How effective has the cohorting been in grades K through 8? How well are our students following the rules and washing their hands, keeping themselves safe, staying apart from each other, not high-fiving each other in the hallways or sharing anything, but doing our best to keep our distance? As of today, I think the answer to that is Portland High School students have been doing a wonderful job. You have to keep it up, though. I'm starting to hear from teachers that some of our students are experiencing, I guess I will call it, pandemic fatigue. That is completely understandable. I get it. I'm tired of this too. I want this pandemic to be over. Unfortunately, the pandemic's not done with us. Please keep up the good work. Keep those masks on. Keep your distance. Take some personal responsibility for yourself. Keep yourself healthy. Keep your families healthy. Keep your friends healthy. by doing all of the things that the scientists and experts have told us that we need to do to prevent the spread of COVID. If we can do that, if we don't have transmission of COVID in our schools, if our mitigation strategies work, and if we don't have to quarantine large numbers of students, faculty, or staff, I can keep the schools open. That's what I want to do more than anything. That's why I'm here today imploring you, begging you, please continue to do the right thing. I have one more ask. The right thing doesn't end at the end of the school day. The right thing follows you into your homes, into the communities, into places where you may work after school, into the clubs and sports that you're involved in. Please be safe at all times of the day. Make the right decisions. It's time for us all to sacrifice. This won't last forever. It's going to end hopefully sooner than later. But for now, I'm here to implore you, please keep up the good work. At this point, I'm keeping the schools open, but my ability to keep the schools open is really going to be dependent on everybody doing the right thing. With that, again, I want to thank you all. I appreciate your time this morning. Please keep up the good work. I'll close with this. You see my email address on the screen there. Write it down. If you have any questions or concerns or there's anything you think I need to be aware of, please email me. Thursday and Friday this week, I'm going to be here in the building all day. Mr. Hershon, the principal at the middle school, is going to be doing some training. So I will be covering for him, and I will be in the middle school office all day tomorrow and Friday. If you'd like to come spend some time and talk to me about your observations about how things are going, send me an email or stop by the office and let the secretaries know, and I'll make it a point to come visit you tomorrow or Friday. So with that, I wish you all a great day and keep up the good work. Thank you, Portland.